What's up, guys? Thomas Malchow here from trainfully.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to stop your foot pain once and for all, and in the process, we'll enhance the neuromuscular coordination in your lower leg and around your pelvis, which will give you more distance and accuracy. All right, so the number one cause of foot pain is a condition called plantar fasciitis. Plantar fasciitis causes pain near the heel and on the bottom of the foot. The pain is a result of inflammation in the structures that support the arch, specifically the fascia. Now, the reason the fascia is inflamed is because muscle imbalances in the lower leg have caused the foot to turn out and flatten. And when the foot turns out and flattens, it increases wear and tear on the fascia, which leads to inflammation and pain. And this is a movement impairment called excessive foot pronation. Now, excessive foot pronation isn't only making your foot hurt, it's also decreasing your distance and accuracy, because for every 2 to 3 degree increase in foot pronation, there's a 50 to 75% increase in anterior pelvic tilt. So what that means is as your feet flatten, your pelvis tilts anteriorly. And when your pelvis tilts anteriorly, your glutes get pulled long. When muscles get pulled long, they become inhibited or underactive. And if your glutes are underactive during your swing's going to be weaker, slower, and less coordinated than it should be. But the routine that I'm going to show you now is going to fix the muscle imbalances in your lower leg, which will improve the alignment of your foot, ankle, and pelvis, which will improve the length tension relationship of your glutes, making them more active during your swing sequence and giving you more distance and accuracy. All right, so the fibularis muscles are on the side of the lower leg. They tend to become short and overactive. And when they do, because of their line of pull, they can cause the foot to turn out and flatten, which increases wear and tear on the fascia on the bottom of the foot and can cause plantar fasciitis. So the first thing we're going to do is inhibit the fibularis muscles. All right, so I'm using a foam roller to survey the lateral aspect of my lower leg, looking for the most tender spot. Now, with the fibularis complex, most of the muscle is in the upper half of the lower leg. The lower half is primarily tendon, so we don't need to really check that area. And again, I'm looking for the most tender spot. Once I find that spot, I stop and I stay on that spot for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. The pressure applied by the foam roller initiates a reflex inside the muscle, which encourages the muscle to relax. So again, I see people roll back and forth. I don't want you to do that. Find the most tender spot, stay there for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. If you need more pressure, you can just take your other leg and place it over top like this, and this really intensifies the release. Again, 30 seconds to 2 minutes on each side. All right, so the lateral gastrocnemius is another muscle in the lower leg that tends to become short and overactive, and because of its line of pull, it too can cause the foot to turn out and flatten. So the second thing we're going to do is inhibit the lateral gastrocnemius. All right, so as you can see, guys, I've switched to a ball here. Because the lateral gastroc is so tendinous, I find that the foam roller quite often doesn't provide enough pressure. So I like to use the ball to get a little bit deeper and get a little bit more effective release. But it's the same idea. We're surveying the posterior aspect of the lower leg. Now, with this one, you can survey the entire length. It's usually right around the middle of the lower leg. And once you find that spot, you just stay there for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. If you need, most people won't, but if you need, you can cross the other leg over again to provide a little bit of overpressure, but this one's quite sensitive once you find it. Again, 30 seconds to 2 minutes on each side. All right, so now that we've inhibited the fibularis muscles and the lateral gastrocnemius, we're going to stretch them. All right, so the fibularis muscles and the lateral gastrocnemius plantar flex and evert the ankle. So to stretch these muscles, we need to do the opposing joint actions, which is dorsiflexion and inversion of the ankle. So I'm going to demonstrate here with my right leg. I'm going to face the wall, and I'm going to take a step forward with my left foot. This forces my right ankle to dorsiflex. Now I'm going to take a step to the side with my left foot, which forces my right ankle to invert. From here, I'm going to slightly internally rotate my foot. I'm going to contract my glute, contract my quad to lock my knee out, drive my heel into the ground, and lean forward as much as I need to feel a stretch. And I'm going to hold this for 30 seconds to 2 minutes on each side. All right, so the tibialis anterior is a muscle in the front of the lower leg. Its primary role is to dorsiflex and invert the ankle. Unfortunately, this muscle tends to become long and underactive. And when it does, it contributes to the foot turning out and flattening. So the last thing we're going to do is activate and shorten the tibialis anterior. All right, so the tibialis anterior is the primary dorsiflexor and inverter of the ankle. So to activate this muscle, we simply dorsiflex and invert the ankle. However, remember from a previous video that for every muscle we do an activation exercise for, there will be overactive synergists that need to be inhibited. If we don't inhibit the overactive synergists, we will simply reinforce the dysfunction that we're trying to get ourselves out of. Now, the overactive synergists to an underactive tibialis anterior are extensor hallucis longus and extensor digitorum longus. These are the long toe extensors. And since they extend the toes, to inhibit them, we simply flex the toes or curl them under. So if we add it all up, we're going to dorsiflex and invert the ankle and curl the toes. And we're going to hold that position as we walk around on our heels for 30 to 45 seconds, trying to bring the tops of our feet as close as we can to the shin. And you'll start to feel it starting to burn in the front of your shin. This is the tibialis anterior. Again, dorsiflex, invert, and curl your toes 30 to 45 seconds. All right, guys, so the big lesson today is certain muscles in the body are prone to adaptive shortening and overactivity, and we call these muscles tight. Other muscles are susceptible to lengthening and inhibition, and we call these muscles weak. Combinations of tight and weak muscles are referred to as muscle imbalances, and muscle imbalances create movement impairments. Movement impairments make you weaker, slower, and less coordinated, while increasing wear and tear on your joints and connective tissues, which increases your risk for injury. However, by fixing your imbalances, we can improve your movement, which enhances your athleticism and protects you from injury. Now, this might seem complicated, but the body tends to adopt a predictable set of compensation patterns. If you're looking for a golf fitness program that shows you step by step how to fix the imbalances that 90% of golfers get, you can find it over at trainfully.com. The Train Fully program has successfully helped thousands of people enhance their golf-specific athleticism and recover from injuries. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment down below, and as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.